Hello, it's Jeremy. It's July 9th at like 8:40. I got my dad here, and Gary is here. Now, you can't tell by looking at him, but Gary at one time, how many piercings did you have, you think, in your face?
200.
Really? Was it that? Okay.
Yeah.
So now here we have, this is Gary. Look at before he had anything, and he's going to look at this book of his progression and tell us, like, what happened. Why did you go, let's go to the back real quick. Why did you go from, you know, how did you end up with all that in your face and starting off with, you know, like nothing?
Well, it was real simple. The company I worked for told me I couldn't have any more piercings. So I went to Jeremy and asked, hey, how many can we put in me in the next 2 months? He said a lot. Well, as you can see from the pictures, from that to that, it was a lot.
Yeah.
We went from 6 or 8 to 200.
But wasn't there a little more of a reason why, too?
Well, it was the president of the company is the one that was the Bible thumper that told me I couldn't do it because I turned him into corporate for shit he was doing wrong.
And what was he doing wrong?
You know, first he was making wooden parts for his church on an aircraft machining center.
And for people who don't know, that's a big, big no-no.
Oh yeah, we're governed by the FAA and they don't really care. It's what you want to do for your church. So once I turned him into corporate, he didn't like that. So he decided he could take and change the whole world. Well, it didn't work. Here, I'm there almost 45 years now. He left, been fired from the company. Oh, well, too bad.
And they said, did they say there was no hoop jewelry? Is that what kind of?
Yeah.
Because it could get caught in your equipment.
Yeah, so then they determined that the ones that were in my ears, after we gauged my ears, that it was surrounded by flesh, so it really wasn't a hoop. That was okay.
That was okay.
But, wow.
Right? And like as you're looking at this, do you remember it? Like,
oh hell yes, I remember it.
Because I know when I was doing it to you, it freaking, you sat still all the time, and even when it took like extra long for it to go through, because a lot of this was no clamping, I had to just hold it with my freaking fingers, and you know, it was long entry and exit points sometimes. Like there, look at this snout of the nose. How the heck was that, Gary?
It wasn't as bad as the one that we went down through the ear.
Oh, yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah.
It went like through your whole ear.
Yeah.
That was an accident. And see, this wasn't stuff we like advertised or did for anybody. It was only done for Gary.
For
and
crazy fucks like me.
And they, you know, they never really stayed because there was not enough skin protruding for it to stay. And these, I remember, for me, it just went through so easily because I'd grab the skin, find the entry exit, slide it. That was one of the easier ones, along with under the chin, too. It went through easily for me. I don't know if it went easily for you. But yeah, that one ear was the big bad one. Holy cow. That was the only, like, bad thing.
Yeah, when you made me bleed all over.
That was because of your Coumadin.
I wasn't taking that.
Oh, well, that's what I thought it was happening.
Well, you must have been taking something, or you wouldn't have done it.
And then, yeah, remember, we started making designs because they would not stay. We had a Charlie Brown version going, but there was a lot there. I got a lot of experience doing that. Look at this, guys. Look at, come on now. This was, when was this? 90s, right?
Yeah.
This was the 90s. There's the Charlie Brown. This was 90s stuff. There's that chin I was talking about. Look at this. You don't see this stuff ever. Never. That's when it came out, because since it didn't protrude, look at, we went up high. Look at all this, guys. Look at this. You don't ever see stuff like this. Ever. So, yeah. It started off with a couple of piercings and then ended up being kind of spiteful. And
just
saying,
a little bit.
Yeah, and saying, hey, you tell me I can't do something, I can.
Yep.
How long have you known this Ray guy over here?
About a day or two. No, 50 years.
Do you remember meeting him?
Not particularly.
Like, you don't remember the instance at all?
No, because I can consider it either the best day of my life or the worst day of my life, whichever way you want to look at it. So, who wants to remember it?
Did you like him right off the bat?
He was kind of a pain in the ass. Well, wait a minute. That hasn't changed either.
Cellmate, no choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I always got stuck with the upper bunk.
Oh. Yeah, so what are you thinking as you look through all that?
Damn. I mean,
You know who I think of, or what I think of?
Tell me.
Have Gun Will Travel, Paladin. Richard Boone.
there you go.
He reminds me of Richard Boone through the whole thing.
Oh, here we go, guys. Look. There it is. Before and after. That will be the picture for the thumbnail of this. That's perfect. Man, so there we go, y'all. You've also seen Gary earlier on here because we also have shown all his tattoos. So now, we just basically did all his piercings as well. So, top billing for Gary. And Dad. And Meet Me as well. Who's not letting me freaking crotch grab and do suggestive things on an 18 or over app. How lame. Alright, Gary, thanks for showing insight. Dad, thanks for being here. Make sure to be safe on the way back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.